To create the tip tank, we will create a sketch based on a painting, which we will then revolve around the central axis of the tip tank. So you can create those curves just from lines and an oval I used for the front curve. And rotating that about the central axis. It's not anywhere close to perfect, but it generally represents the shape of the tank. And change the angle to 360 degrees. You have to go all the way around. Again, it's not very close on that other drawing either. But like I mentioned in earlier videos, the different views have different scales, so you can't rely too much on the accuracy relative to the drawing. But this generally represents the shape of the tank, so we'll call it good enough. Now we will add the fins. Yeah, this edge looks sharp. Not sure why. Don't think it actually is. I think one way you can check is to just cut this conic section here. You can do a section view or just cut this plane and take a look at it. Yeah, it looks like a circle, so that's what we're looking for. No problems there. And delete the plane, we don't need it. Now we will create a sketch of the fin on the tank. Make all these points coincident and coincident with the edge of the tank. Now this is just a sketch that we will use for reference. We're going to leave it as a construction object because we're just using it to get the dimensions to construct it the same way that we did the wing and horizontal tail. So, which explains, maybe you were wondering why we were constructing it in the same sketch that we revolved. That is why. And you get purple things, that means you're over-dimensioned. This is a reference dimension, so right-click reference. We want to create this all the way to the center line. So that way we can put our root airfoil, so to speak, on the center line. That's the leading edge offset. Exit. And we're going to create a new part just to show how that would be done. You can create it in the same part, different geometrical set of the tank. But yeah, I'm sorry, never mind. We're just gonna create a new part to get the airfoil, and then we will move that into the part that we use for the geometrical, for the rest of the tank. So using the macro, there's a video that shows you how to do that if you haven't seen it. We will copy, switch to the tank, and paste it inside fuel tank. Fin root airfoil, we'll call that. It's its own geometrical set. Keep the tree clean. And we'll organize these in the tank. It's not letting us drag them, so okay, there we go, one at a time. I accept the revolution. I'm not sure why that doesn't go, but we won't worry about it. Anyway, back in the fin, have our root airfoil. Define the fin in the work object so that our new constructions appear in that geometrical set. And we will scale the airfoil same way we did for the wing and the horizontal tail. Set it equal to the root chord from our drawing. And we translated a tip, scaled it. If you want to see the details, you can make the wing or horizontal tail videos, and a multi-section surface. Looks like what you would expect. Use the fill tool, close contour, good, preview okay. And I got off geometrical set there, so move them back to fin. Rename the fill, rename the skin of it, fin skin, fin. And what we're doing here is creating points to figure out how far this fin needs to be translated aft so that it aligns with where it should be. And we're just going to measure that 56 inches. So we take our root airfoil, translate 56. Now we're not necessarily looking for an exact match of that back tip point. So this will do. Comparing it to the drawing, it's close. Yeah. Now we have extra things where there shouldn't be things, so we're going to trim this fin, get rid of what is inside the tank, just to be thorough. Trimmed fin, we'll call it, and I will join the fin with the tank. Okay. That's not good. Oh, so we have a connection error there. You can turn off check connectivity, and that will allow it to work. But really, you should probably cut the fuel tank so you get the hole that lines up with the fin. That might solve your problem. But this is good enough. And we will translate this to the other side of the plane. I'm just going to do a translation and rotation. You could reflect it, which would give you what you want. But just to show how maybe you need this for a different purpose, I will translate and rotate instead of reflecting. Okay. Alright, to rotate we needed an axis. I was hoping maybe it would auto create an axis on the cylinder here. But it doesn't. But we can create an axis relative to the x-axis there. 180 degrees. And that's our left fuel tank. Which we will move up a level. We're going to move that up a level in the tree. I think the cutting of the video might have led to some confusion there, but there I rotated and then translated, as opposed to translating and then rotating, as I was talking about earlier. So adding in the rest of our components of the airplane, this is what we got.